Hello everybody and welcome back to 5-9 Gaming. I am the Master Ningen and we are here today to bring you another episode of our fan-made cards series. So today we of course are looking ahead to the EZA for physical LR Cell and the Cell Juniors. People very much looking forward to this EZA. Very good link partner for the new AGL Dokkan Fest Cell. So hopefully he's going to be very good, and then that rotation is going to be incredibly powerful. So as always, we put out a tweet with a link to the form for you guys to give us your designs for his potential EZA, and then the members of the Dokkan team have gone through, picked out one of their favorites, and obviously we'll be showing them off to you guys in the following video. So before we jump into those details, let's have a quick refresh on what Cell does currently without his EZA. Okay, so this is Cell as he appears in the game currently, pre-EZA. We know what his leader skill is going to be post-EZA, which is why it was not on the form, because obviously other LRs from the same kind of meta, I guess, the same grouping, because of their EZA, we already know what his leader skill is going to be. So that wasn't on the form, but his 12 key super is colossal damage to all enemies and recovers 10% HP. His 18 key super was raises attack for 1 turn and does mega colossal damage to the enemy. And then his passive was attack and defense 90% at the start of the turn, and an additional key +1 and 10% per existing enemy. So that's what his looks like in the game at the moment, just to give you guys a baseline. Very much looking forward to seeing what you guys came up with for your concepts for his EZA. So let's not waste any more time. Let us go over to the first member of the team and see what entry they have chosen.
Alright guys, what's going on? It's Vilify here. Today we're going to be going ahead and taking a look at a physical LR Cell fan-made EZA. This one comes from the Twitter user Super Bardock. Let's go ahead and take a look and see what he's got going on here. Now, with this physical LR Cell, there's not going to be as much to talk about as when we did a previous concept, as we kind of had active skill conditions and stuff like that. But this is a very run-of-the-mill LR. It's very simple. There's no gimmicks to it. He's just kind of there. He has, 2 super attack animations, and that is about it. Nothing too fancy about this unit, so it's going to be a pretty basic LR EZA, but hopefully with the link set that he has and the different categories that you can run him on and the potential good linking partners that he's going to have, I do think that this LR could be solid with his EZA, but we're not here to talk about what it's going to be. We're talking about to hear what the fans have to say, and like I said, this comes from Twitter user Super Bardock. So, getting into the 12 key super attack effect, we have raises attack and recovers 15% HP. I like what they're going for, but I feel like it is 2022, so why don't we just get raises to attack and defense on both of them? Kind of give you a reason to build him with full additional, so that way you're always getting those defensive raises. And the post-EZA 18 key super attack effect, we have greatly raises attack and defense for 1 turn. That sounds about right. I feel like that's exactly where we're going to be at. Maybe it causes mega colossal damage or something like that. I don't think he included this one, but that should be in there as we do it, like mega colossal or colossal in here on both of these. Just to kind of make him solid, because what you're going to want to do most of the time, especially in a super battle road sense, is you're not going to want to get that 18 key super attack. You're want to get the healing and the potential raising of attack with the 12 key, because it's also an AoE, right? So going ahead and getting into the passive, we got a lot of stuff going on here. He says that we want attack and defense plus 150% at the start of turn, defense plus 100% when performing a super attack, which is good. Key +3, attack and defense plus 100% when facing only one enemy, which kind of counters against what you'd want to use the cell for with his AoE on the 12 key super attack, but we'll keep on moving. And then we also get key +1, attack and defense plus 20 per existing enemy. Perform an additional attack with it has a medium chance of becoming a super attack when facing a pure Saiyan or hybrid Saiyan category enemy. I feel like that would make sense. I would imagine that we're going to see it like Android/Cell Saga enemy. I think that would maybe not make more sense, but I feel like in terms of lines of what Akatsuki's been doing, I feel like that would make more sense, but I still do think it can work. And then I like this bit at the end where it says attacks effective against all types when there is a Goku family category enemy. That makes a lot of sense, but you got to remember this is the Cell and the Cell Juniors, so this would have been potentially time, like if there was like a Z Fighter category, we could have that, because, Cell and Cell Juniors fought the Z Fighters, and, because it's just more than Cell, right? So I do see a lot of stuff here that I like with this. I would definitely be a fan of the effective against all types. We have the medium chance of becoming a super attack within the guaranteed additional when you're fighting the pure Saiyan or hybrid Saiyans, which is a lot of the game. And when I read the super key attack effects, I didn't realize that we would be getting defense when performing a super attack. But let's erase attack and defense and get that defensive buff. Let's just go crazy, right? Let's go ahead and get that linking partner that AGL Cell deserves, especially in that perfect form. This could be one of the best rotations in the game. So, thank you again to Twitter user Super Bardock for this EZA concept. Look forward to doing more of these in the future. It gets you guys involved, and we get to have a fun time kind of looking and see and bouncing ideas off of each other. But that's all I got for you in this one. On to the next EZA concept.
What is going on, my dudes, and welcome to another fan-made card showcase for Dokkan. Glad to see you guys here. I haven't seen you guys in a bit personally. It's been a little bit for me, but I am really glad to see you all here. How you been doing? Have you been drinking your water? Have you been staying out of the heat? It is getting hotter out there. Speaking of hot, let's go ahead and talk about Physical LR Cell here, because we already know he's getting an EZA, and we're going to go ahead and talk about it. So, big shout out first off to Chaos Kickcrass. Definitely appreciate you submitting your response. I liked yours the most personally. But let's go ahead and get into it. First things first, 12 key super attack. Raises attack and defense for 1 turn and causes colossal damage to all enemies and recovers 12% HP. Now, that extra 2% of HP is going to help out enough because, a little bit more HP isn't going to hurt me, that's for sure. I'll take it. Raises attack and defense is also another little caveat to this EZA fan-made thing. If we get attack and defense for 1 turn, I'm gonna be happy with that. I'll take that. So, 18 key super, greatly raises attack and defense for 1 turn and causes mega colossal damage to the enemy. Now, the change here is that we would be getting attack and defense greatly raised for 1 turn instead of originally raising attack for 1 turn. So this is a plus, obviously, because 1, you're going up to, I believe that's 50%, and 2, you're getting attack and defense. So that's fantastic. I love that. Now let's go ahead and get into the passive. Key plus 2, attack defense plus 140%, plus an additional key plus 2 and defense plus 40%, and reduces damage received by 18% within the same turn after receiving an attack. Now, I don't know why I said term, don't mind me. Plus an additional attack plus 40% and reduces damage received by 17% when performing a super attack. Okay, that's all new stuff that would be added if Cell was going to come in here. So that's going to boost his stats up like crazy. He's going to tank pretty well in my personal opinion from what I'm seeing. So definitely like it so far, but let's go ahead and continue. Plus an additional attack plus 4. Oh wait, no, we already went over that. Plus an additional key plus 1 and attack and defense plus 15% per existing enemy. Now this is a play on what was going on in the previous one where Cell's passive was key plus 1 and attack plus 10% per existing enemy. So we're actually going to get that attack and defense plus 15% per existing enemy. So he's going to be an SBR god in my personal opinion if he were to get this exactly. Performs an additional super attack when facing 3 or more enemies. Again, very good for SBR. Especially since when performing another super attack, that would be the 8 or 12 key supers. So you'd be getting an AoE regardless. So fantastic. And then androids and Cell Socket category allies key plus 1 and defense plus 40%. So this guy is going to be a tank if he gets this. Now again, big shout out to Chaos Kickcrass. Love this one. And honestly, guys, if he were to get this, I would be freaking overjoyed. Physical LR Cell needs something. He needs something good. And honestly, with what we've been seeing with these LR, EZAs, they've been getting better, but I want to see somebody come out godlike. Not saying we haven't gotten that already, but I would like to see some hype, especially with after, some of the previous blenders of EZAs. But I digress. Thank you again, Chaos Kickcrass. Love you guys to death, and we will catch you guys in the next fan-made card showcase. Love you guys.
Alright guys, Joe Wags here looking at the fan-made Cell EZAs. And I saw one here by Cudi Jam. So we're going to go ahead and take a look at what Cudi Jam wrote down. There were some things in this kit that I kind of like. Cell, as you guys know, is a very simple kit, so it's not always easy to predict what a unit like this will look like. But there were some particular things that I'm looking for in Cell that Cudi Jam kind of hit on some of those, so that's kind of why I picked this one. So the 12 key super attack, they've got raise attack and defense for 1 turn, does colossal damage and heals 12% HP. I like the attack raising defense on super. I do think Cell for sure needs defense in some way, whether it comes directly from the passive or super attack effect or both. But it's honestly like kind of rare these days for a unit not to raise defense on super, so I think it's pretty likely he'll get that. And then the 18 key, greatly raise attack and defense for 1 turn and do mega colossal damage. Okay. Also keep in mind with Cell that his 12 key is to all enemies and the 18 key is only single target. So that's something that we just know about Cell, right? So in the passive, he's giving him attack and defense 130. I think previously Cell was 90, so I think this is a good enough bump. I could even see it being like 150. They could go crazy, right? But attack and defense 130. Gain an additional 1 key and attack and defense 20 per existing enemy. So I believe Cell right now is 1 key and 10% attack and defense, or it might only be attack, but it's a 10% up to 20, which I think is good. They're definitely going to keep that, right? And then gain an additional attack and defense 50% when facing 1 enemy. So I really like this because obviously the way Cell is built is they want you to use them against multiple enemies. But when you have these units that are LRs that can either AoE or do like stronger single target attack, I like the idea of giving them a buff against single target so that they don't feel like an L to put in against single target. Because physical Cell right now, I feel like he has way more value against multiple enemies, but I want him to feel stronger against single target. So I like that he put in here that he's going to get an additional attack and defense 50% against 1 enemy. I like that because I want to feel stronger if I'm hitting just 1 person. And then he has reduced damage by 30%, gain an additional 30% attack and defense, and perform an additional super when there are 3 or more enemies, or when there's a pure Saiyans or hybrid Saiyans category enemy. Now, if Cell actually gets this, I'll be pretty pleased. That's kind of a lot there. I don't know that Cell would get all of this, but the thing that I was kind of talking about, we talked about on the podcast, like what we want for Cell, and something that I want is for Cell when there's multiple enemies to get like guaranteed additionals, because then, and that's what he's got here, right? An additional super if there's 3 or more enemies, because then if you're in Super Battle Road, a lot of times if there's like 3 enemies or whatever, or 4 or 5, usually the lead enemy will be a little bit tankier than the rest. So I like the idea that, one, I could go in with the 18 key super, do a bigger attack, but know that I'm still getting the AoE off in the additional super, or I could intentionally hit the 12 key and just do double AoEs, which is like what Broly does, which is really, really crazy, right? So kind of turning the Cell more into like STR Broly, I think would be really, really good, and that's kind of what that would do right there, right? I don't even think you would need the additional 30% attack and defense there. I think giving the additional 50% attack and defense against a single target is better. And just keeping that and just let the AoE do its thing, right? And then this part would be ridiculous if they kept this. I don't think they would, but like pure Saiyans or hybrid Saiyans, we know how bust that is. That's basically like what STR Cooler has for his condition, which is a very easy condition to hit. So you would be saying that anytime you're going against a pure Saiyans or hybrid Saiyans, you would have a guaranteed additional, and you'd have an additional 30% attack and defense. The way this would work, this Cell would be nutty if this happens, because if you're going against single target, like pure Saiyan or hybrid Saiyan, which is a lot, like Legendary Goku event, right? So you would be getting the attack and defense 50% for single target, but then you're also getting 30% attack and defense for pure Saiyans, and you're getting the guaranteed additional super, right? So to me, if Cudi Jam Cell becomes reality, he's going to actually be pretty darn busted and probably be better than STR Broly, which is really crazy because STR Broly is really good. So anyways, guys, we'll pass it off to the next one. I've ranted on long enough.
Hello 5'9 gamers, it's Minato, and I'm gonna give you my choice for the physical LR Cell fan-made Easy Ace here. So this one was made by Mario Rosie. Thank you very much for your submission and for everyone's submission here. I thought this was kind of like an interesting one right here. So for his 12 key super attack, he now raises defense 1 turn, causes colossal damage to all enemies, and has a 15% HP recovery. I think that 15% HP is definitely a solid thing to have with the AoE, and the risen defense is a very good super attack effect. His 18 key raises attack and defense for 1 turn, does mega colossal damage, and has 5% HP recovery. I like the fact that they moved the HP recovery up. HP recovery could be very, very important. It's not really anything that people talk about too often, but since I feel like there's a lot of HP recovery in the Androids team, having the additional HP recovery in the 18 key, if you want to do so, definitely could be very good. Now, his Easy A passive. 150% attack and defense at the start of turn. 30% damage reduction when facing one enemy. I think that's just a good thing to have. When facing 2 more enemies, 20% damage reduction. Again, still keeps some damage reduction. 1 key and an attack and defense plus 20% per existing enemy. And then this is what I really like. All allies key to and 30% attack and defense if all allies in the team are androids category allies. So you really want to run them on the androids team. I think making this cell focused for the android team specifically, I'm giving him some type of like support buff like that, could be really, really good for the androids team, especially for AGL Cell. AGL Cell has difficulty working with the other androids due to key links, right? But if we have a key 2 and 30% attack, another key 2 and 30% attacking defense support right there on the team, you know, we have the key 3 40% with the Jiro 19. Giving another support type unit would be very helpful. So that's why I decided to pick this specific submission. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about this one, and let's move on to the next creator.
Hey there guys, Gil right here, back on 5-9 Mobile, of course, with the other guys. Today we're going to be looking at some of the fan-made cards you guys made. Cornelius is the one that I'm picking from this list, and I want to see what he does to Cell over here, because Fizz LR Cell is one of the few units I have actually linked level 10, and honestly, I'm kind of excited to see what they do with him. Hopefully it's good. So Cornelius over here decides to add a raises defense for 3 turns and recovers 10% HP. I'm pretty sure he already has 10% HP on his current ability. I think that's great. I think he needs the defense effect on both his 12 key and 18 key, so I'm glad that they've given it to him on his 12 key. His 18 key is now greatly raises attack and defense for 1 turn and causes mega colossal damage to enemy. That is also really good. I think that's absolutely fine. I really like the 2 super attack effects. This is the direction they should go in with him, or something similar to this. I think that would be unbelievable. His post EZA passive is attack and defense 150 at start of turn, and then a 50% attack and defense boost when performing a super attack, and then a key +1 attack and defense 10% per existing enemy. That's pretty much same as what it is right now. The first half is very much just a stat stick, pretty much. He also launches an additional attack with a medium chance of becoming a super attack when fighting super class enemies. See, I would probably remove that fighting super class enemies thing and just keep it as is. I think this isn't a crazy unit by any means. I don't think my guy over here, Cornelius, has gone too crazy. They have decided to go very, very subtle, just going for stats alone. So I think that's kind of nice. I think that would be where they go. I don't think they're going to go too crazy. We'll only find out in a couple of days. I don't know when this is going to go up, but I assume in like 2-3 days by the time this goes up. Overall, though, this is not a bad card. I would probably still add a little bit more just to make sure he is up to date, capable of matching up with other units. Because looking at this unit, I don't see him lasting in the red zone, and red zone is obviously the key content. I'm sounding like truth here, but yeah, I think that it needs that little bit of an extra oomph maybe to get to that point. Probably maybe making his 18 key a greatly stacking, probably adding something to do with maybe damage reduction in his post EZA passive. Something like that. Maybe when he faces only one enemy, he gets 30% damage reduction or something like that. Maybe. But yeah, we move on to the next content creator who's going to be looking at somebody else's card now.
Okay, well, definitely some interesting ones so far, and last but not least, we are going to go ahead and finish off with my pick, which comes to us from Mr. T. So the post EZA 12 key super attack is raises attack and defense for 1 turn, does colossal damage to all enemies and recovers 12% HP. So a little bit of an HP bump, and then obviously the good old raises attack and defense for 1 turn. Very good super attack effect. His 18 key super would be greatly raises attack and defense for 1 turn and does mega colossal damage to the enemy. So obviously the 18 key is the one that you're going to be going for against single enemies in the harder content. So greatly raising defense on super is obviously very, very good. And then his post EZA passive is attack and defense 150%. Then he gets an additional 1 key and attack and defense 20% per existing enemy. So even against one enemy, he's still going to have pretty decent defense pre-super. His damage received minus 40% as the first or third attacker in the turn. So that can make him very interesting for something like Super Battle Road. Using him on various teams, whether you want him in slot 1, where he's obviously going to get a bunch of extra defense from there being multiple enemies, or you could float him off in slot 3, depending on what teams you're running. Could be very useful. And then, of course, that's going to apply in content against one enemy as well. So having him have that damage reduction, like AGL Cell needs a really strong slot 1 link partner. So I think this would make him really, really good. Although, because of the wording, I assume this would be the way Dokkan is now with some of these units, where this means he won't get that damage reduction until he actually attacks. Because I know there's a new way of wording it that some of these units have now, where it's like the first unit to collect orbs. Which definitely would make the unit better, but obviously this is still very, very good. Launches an additional attack that has a medium chance of becoming a super when facing pure or hybrid Saiyan enemies. So again, that's a huge amount of the game, so that is very, very good. The chance to launch an additional super. The fact that he raises attack and defense on his 12 key as well means that if you do get his 18 key and then the 12 key as the additional, not only are you going to have that extra bit of a defense bump, you're also going to recover some HP. And if you're fighting a pure or hybrid Saiyan, so you get that proc from his passive, you then also still have the potential to get the one from the hidden potential system. So he could triple super, which means he's going to give you 12% of your HP back twice, as well as doing a bunch of damage and raising his defense by a pretty significant amount. So I really like this EZA concept. If this is what his EZA was, I would be very happy. He definitely would be able to fulfill the role of being a slot 1 partner for AGL Cell. So I think he's very good. So shout out to Mr. T for this concept. So thank you to everyone who submitted your ideas for the Cell EZA. Obviously not all of them can make it into the video, so we do appreciate everybody who submitted a design. Obviously we do sit and read through them all, the members of the team, but like I say, we can only fit so many in the video. So if you didn't make it in this time, please don't feel disheartened and do try again next time. Whenever the next Dokkan Fest gets announced and we have enough, warning ahead of time, we like to do these, and the same for EZAs as well. So you always have another opportunity to get one of your designs into a future video. So from all of us here at 5-9 Gaming, thank you for everybody who submitted, everyone who made it into the video, and all you guys out there for watching the video, and let's hope that Cell does get a great EZA. So from all of us at 5-9 Gaming, we will see you all next time. Make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel, check out all the other channels as well. We cover a whole bunch of other stuff across 5-9 Gaming, so make sure you check it all out, and we will see you all next time. Peace out.